Welcome to our videos on advanced features of Google AdWords. In this video, we'll get started with a multivariate testing experiment. Okay, now let's get started with multivariate testing. So create another experiment to go alongside our A/B testing experiment. Okay, so multivariate experiment, create. Okay, this is more involved than A/B testing, so let's go through this. Identify experiment pages, go. Name your experiment, experiment name, multivariate test. Identify your test page. Okay, I'm going to quickly have to create some pages. So Dreamweaver, File, New, OK. Go to Design View, and let's say Multivariate Test Original Page. Okay, let's save that, and I'll save that as Test 1. Multivariate Test Original Page. And okay, let's go back. Identify your test page URL. Okay, let me go to Dreamweaver, close the original version of the test page, close that, and let's upload it. So, okay, over on the left is the page I just created. And okay, let me just rename it test1.html, just because I prefer to end all my web pages in .html. And on the website here, I'm going to create a subfolder, because in the root are the A/B testing pages. So let's create a subfolder, and let's call it MV for multivariate. So let's go into the MV folder and upload that page. Okay, it's back to AdWords, test page URL, http://www.demonstrationdomain.com/mv/test1.html. And if I've typed that in correctly, hopefully it will tell me. And okay, it's not going to tell me. Identify your conversion page. Okay, I need to set that up. So what I'm going to do is quickly create a conversion page. File, New, Create, MV conversion page. File, Save, and I'm going to call it Converted. Converted.html. That's fine. Save. And back to FTP, and let's upload that as well into the MV folder. Okay, back to AdWords, and quickly type in that address, http://mv/converted.html. Okay, continue. And here's the important part. Plan your experiment. Before you can begin the technical setup of the experiment, you'll need to decide which is the specific content you'd like to test on your test page. So choose your page sections. And it says here, your marketing team should decide which sections of your test page you would like Website Optimizer to vary. Examples are headlines, images, testimonials, buttons, and promotional copy, or any combination you wish. You could test different background colors. You can test having navigation at the top of the page, at the bottom of the page, different proximity of order buttons, anything you wish. And then it says, review desired page sections with your technical team. Okay, so let's imagine we've made all those decisions, and let's continue. So now begins the technical part. Who will install? I will install. It's either that or the web team, and that's me in this case. And again, it works with JavaScript, so continue. OK, test page. Add control script, tracking script, and identify your page sections. So it's quite involved, and you can view some sample source codes. Let's take a quick look. And here are some sample source codes. The control script. Importantly, it's different than the A/B testing script. It needs to be placed before the head tag, the closing head tag. The control script goes there. Then page section script defines the sections in your page that you'd like to vary as part of your experiment. So that specific script needs to go, as you can see, in multiple sections. For every item on the page that you want to test, you need to set up a different area of code for that specific item. In this example, they're testing by this bicycle, the headline, and that's one bit of code that's highlighted. The bicycle image is another bit of code, and there's a third bit of code there. And lastly, the tracking script is added just before the closing body tag. Okay, let's start going through this. So, control script, but again, not very helpful text here. But it's told us in the help that it goes just before the closing head tag. So click to select, right-click copy, and let's go to our page in Dreamweaver. We don't want the converted page, we want the testing page. And there's our testing page. Let's go to Code View, and just before the closing head tag, set the cursor there, press Enter a few times, and Control-V to paste. So there it is. There's the first bit of code, what's known as the control script. Next, the tracking code at the end of the source code. So click to select, right-click and copy, and that goes just before the closing body tag. So whereas the first bit of code went in the head section of the HTML document just before the closing body tag, press Enter a few times, Control-V, and there we go. So that's the tracking script. And lastly, we need to define page sections. Find the sections in the page that you'd like to vary as part of your experiment. Surround the source code of each section of your original content with the following tags and give each section a unique name. Place the following immediately before the content you would like to vary. Place the following immediately after the content you would like to vary. Okay, so click to select the first bit, right-click Copy, go to Dreamweaver, and okay, so we're working in Code View. If you aren't familiar with working in Code View, you can go to Design View, find the part of the page you want to test, and select it. And then when you go to Code View, that part is selected, so it helps you find your way through the code. So let's say we want to run two tests. So that's our headline, and let's just press Enter and say Body. Let's say Copy goes here, and let's just actually copy and paste that a few times just to fill out the page a bit. And then let's say subheading goes here, and then just a bit more copy. So we're going to test the headline and the subheadline. So first the headline. Select, go to Code View, and okay, back to Adwords, and I need to copy this again. Right-click Copy, back to Dreamweaver, and importantly, you have to choose, do you also want to test around the HTML tags? For example, you can just test the text itself, or if you want to test different fonts, for example, you could test outside the tags. So just as an example, you could put script here and script here, And you could test different versions, for example. You could test align equals left, so you could test it when the headline is left aligned, and you could test it when the headline is centrally aligned. However, in this example, we're just going to test the text itself. So we want the script just on either side of the text, basically. And what you can do with HTML, extra white space doesn't hurt. So we can just add some white space, and that just makes it easier to add the code. So we can Control-V now, and there's the starting code. So what shall we call this section? This is just for internal reference. So let's just call it Headline Test. Okay, back to Adwords, select and copy, and on the other side of the text, Control-V that. Okay, so what are the other sections? Let's just take this text, we can just copy that from here, and we're going to test the subheadline, aren't we? So there we go, and let's say with the subheadline, we're going to test it with left aligning and centrally aligning. So let's just make a bit more space. And there's the first bit of code, and we need to change the name, of course. So let's say subhead test, and then at the closing script, which is in the no script tag, and it's there. Okay, back to Adwords and what comes next. Conversion page. We need to do that, so select that. And actually, what I'm going to do is go back to Dreamweaver, back to Design View, and File, Save, and Close. I think we're done with this test page now, so let's close that. Then let's open up the conversion page, converted.html. Let's go to Code View, Adwords. Okay, there's the selected text. Right-click Copy. Paste it at the end of the conversion page's source code, so just before the closing body tag. So just before the closing body tag, Control-V to paste. Okay, File, Save, and let me upload those pages, both updated pages. And okay, on the left is the two pages we just uploaded, so I'm going to upload them into the MV folder. So upload, overwrite, and overwrite. Okay, back to Adwords. Publish and validate your pages. So I've uploaded the pages, and let me validate them now. Everything looks okay, so continue. And continue. Okay, new multivariate experiment. What I'm going to do is continue from this section of the multivariate testing process in the next video.